C19 changed everything, and it's changed nearly everything about media. And there are winners and losers as a result of what's happened in the last few weeks. And without a doubt, the biggest loser is linear television. So for linear television, it's something of a perfect storm. So there was already a transition that was happening. The consumer was moving from linear TV to on-demand. And they were moving for a variety of reasons, not least of which is it's a better user experience where the ad to content ratio is better and you can watch whatever you want, whenever you want. But there's more to that perfect storm. First, you have the consumer who's under a tremendous amount of pressure. We went from a perfectly healthy, in fact, one of the healthiest economies that we've ever had, to millions in unemployment. And what that does is puts pressure on the consumer. And that consumer was already stretched in what they were paying for their TV experience. It was at the highest cost that it had ever been. And that's largely because they were paying for cable, they were paying for HBO, they were paying for Netflix, they're paying for Amazon Prime, and then Disney Plus was so impressive, and there's all these additional things coming out. And so when the consumer comes under pressure, they have to say, what am I going to cut? And one of the things that they have to consider cutting is linear television, simply because it's the most expensive thing on the menu. We did a survey of a few thousand people and found that 60% of people said their number one reason for hanging on to cable was live sports. Well, in the last few weeks, because of the same pandemic, nearly every live sporting event has been canceled. And so as a result, that reason for hanging on to linear television is gone. But there's also this lesser known part of the TV ecosystem that is also under pressure, and it's worth taking a minute to explain it. So most television ads are sold at the upfront. And what the upfront is an event where buyers and sellers come together for each of the major networks, and they find out what content they're going to release for the year. And then they'll commit advertising dollars in advance. This year, given that it's in late April, early May, many of them have been delayed. Some will likely be canceled. But without a doubt, fewer commitments will be made. Part of the reason why fewer commitments will be made is simply because there's less content being made. Nobody can shoot on lots. It's just a much more difficult environment to produce content. So what that means is that things will be transacted more real time, and that gives an opportunity for more data-driven choices.